right. Good afternoon. I don't know if you can see me. I'm trying to do something, but I don't know if it's working. It's Citizen AY. I know it's been a while. I hope you can hear me. I'm just testing it first before I do anything else. Hope you can hear me. I know it's been a good old while. Right. Good afternoon. Yeah, I think you can hear me. That's good. So let's try again. I mean, I'm gonna try and do. I'm trying to just get one or two things going. Um, I've not been online for a while. What I'd like you to do is when I come on here, Facebook, you're not reliable. So I'm really trying to make sure I get everybody to join me on YouTube. So I will try and get that done. Good afternoon to you all. Please, as you're watching this, it's Citizen AY. It's been a while. I'm going to be doing a broadcast solely on Ogundotun Osholale Alekufo. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. I appreciate you. Please help me share this broadcast. It's not been easy. It's not been easy, but help me share the broadcast. I appreciate you as you're coming in. Please, when you're coming on a door, when you knock on the door, you wipe your feet. So consider subscribing as wiping your feet before you come in. So that's what I'd like us to look at. Help me share this broadcast and reach as many people as possible. I want to say one or two things, and also I'm gonna be joining. I'm gonna be joining a few people. Okay, good. Thank you very much. I'm gonna be getting a few people to. I'd like you to just share the broadcast to people. Facebook are playing up a lot, and I don't trust them. So I'm doing my broadcast on here. I may restream it on Facebook later on, but Facebook are very good at getting numbers down. Um, I want to apologize for my non appearance for a while. It's health issues. I've got ongoing health concerns that makes it difficult for me to be able to give a definite and saying yes, I'm coming at this particular point and all of that. But be that as it may, we have to continue on, and we need to really encourage ourselves. I want to thank everybody that's part of this struggle. Everything we're doing is really having an impact. Thank you very much again, my brother. Share the broadcast as you're getting it. Try and share it on some platforms if you can. Try and get as many people to join us where possible. I'm shortly going to be joining. I'll be doing a broadcast for about an hour with my brother, Mazi Alozwe from the iPod Rapture. So we're going to be doing a joint broadcast with my iPod Rapture in about 15 minutes. So that is why I'm on here. I'm still trying to see if I can get this thing working on the Facebook platform. I'd rather that the platform here is up and running because that's where we'll focus our energy on now. I don't really want to waste time on YouTube. Sorry, Facebook are not reliable, so we're trying to. Yeah, thank you very much, my brother. Please share. Let me pin that message. I'll pin that message right away. It's a very good message. Thanks for helping me get the word out there. It's really important. Look, what I'm saying, Facebook, even YouTube are playing up now. They're making things very difficult for us in terms of what we do, how we say it, and I'm going to be careful about what I share on the platform, especially when I go live. I have to be very, very careful what I share because what they're doing now, what they're doing is being very, very difficult on us, deliberately shutting down our plans. In fact, they've even demonetized one of our platforms. The Oduduwa TV Radio has been demonetized because they said we showed a video of some kind that they didn't agree with. So they are all at it. Ultimately, what we want to do is, as we're going along, we will be opening up our own platform on our website. We have a website, but we want to make it so that when we go on the website, you'll see us. Currently, the website is linked to YouTube, but the time has now come for us to actually have our own standalone website that whereby we'll be streaming straight away from the website. But I want to thank Ogundotun Osholale Alakufo for sharing this broadcast. I'm going to try and see if I can get that broadcast shared on other platforms as well this end. Only because we have to try and do things as best as we can. We cannot trust the powers that be because they do have they seem to have an agenda of their own, which is fine, you know, which is fine. I'm having some sort of problem with it, so I'm going to share it on Citizen AY on Facebook so that people can join. At least that way we can get the platform growing, which is what we really want to do. So I want to thank you all so much for the care and concern that you've had from myself. As I stated before, I try to be as honest as possible about what's going on. I've had health concerns. So ẹjọ mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ káàrọ̀ òjìrì gbogbo wa pátápátá ẹ má bínú máa sọ lédè Yorùbá àti Gẹ̀ẹ́sì torí Citizen AY orí ẹ̀ mo wà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí. So mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ kí ọ̀rọ̀ tá fẹ́ sọ yìí kó yé gbogbo wa. Facebook ń ṣe mọ̀nàmọ́ná wọn. So nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ ṣe ni pé mo fẹ́ ẹni tó bá wà lórí Facebook kan bá wa pín kí àwọn èèyàn kan wọlé ká kàn sọ̀rọ̀ díẹ̀. Mo dẹ̀ máa tó bá dẹ̀ ṣe kẹso mo máa bá àwọn iPod náà wọ́n máa jáde ní a máa jọ ṣe ètò lọ́sàn-án yìí láago ní ìṣẹ́jú mẹ́wàá ìṣẹ́jú mẹ́ẹ̀ẹ́dógún. So a máa ṣe ètò láìpẹ́ yìí a máa bá wọn ṣètò wọ́n máa pè wọlé àwọn náà dé máa so ẹ lè dá sí ètò náà nọ́mbà tó máa fi sọ̀rọ̀ àá fún yín. N tí ó ṣe pàtàkì jùlọ ni pé mo fẹ́ kí ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń sọ yìí ọ̀rọ̀ ìjàngbara wa yìí mo fẹ́ kó yé gbogbo wa pé gbogbo wa pátápátá ló kàn lápapọ̀ wa o gbogbo wa pátápátá ló kàn kò sí láì yọ ẹnì kọ̀ọ̀kan sẹ́yìn gbogbo wa la ní ipa láti kó nínú ìjàngbara yìí pàtàkì jùlọ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ń lé ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo fẹ́ kó yé wa pé ìgbésẹ̀ tá à ń gbé tá a bá gbé ń sìn ló ṣe pàtàkì o ìgbésẹ̀ tá a bá gbé ń sìn báyìí ló ṣe pàtàkì so gbogbo wa ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀ pé láti ìgbèríko láti abúlé sí ìgbèríko sí oko sí ìlú àdúgbò gbogbo wa pátápátá ẹ jẹ́ kó yé wa pé ọwọ́ gbogbo wa ló kù sí láti gba òmìnira yìí ẹ dẹ̀ ti gbọ́ pé láìpẹ́ yìí ìwọ́de tó ṣe pàtàkì kan máa jáde ìwọ́de yẹn gbogbo wa dẹ̀ ló máa da kí gbogbo wa kí a ká lọ́wọ́ nú ẹ̀ kọ́lọ́n lọ́ra ẹ̀mí wa kí Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ fún wa ní okun àti agbára láti lè tẹ̀síwájú èmi gan àáwù mi pé kí n darapọ̀ ká lè ṣe kínní tèmi náà lè wà ń bẹ̀. So I'd love to be part of it. Like you are shortly, like Yomi, I want to greet Yomi and everybody else has been part of this struggle, all of the media houses who have been preaching solely about and encouraging our people, Yoruba and Igbo people alike, Biafrans alike, to continue to speak up for self-determination. Our focus is on that. I want us all to know something for a fact. We are still in bondage. What do I mean by that? We are still in bondage because one day, today, I'm not going to show you program. I'm not going to show the program. I have a program that I'll be doing that I will talk in a more lengthy time about why we are still in bondage, and I need to back it up with evidence. There's lots of evidence to back up what I'm saying. But what I want us all to really be aware of in all of this, please do share this broadcast as you're getting it. I really do need your support. Do help us share the broadcast. So what we're trying to do is to reach more people. I know it's short notice what's going on, but I had to just do it this way because Facebook are playing up and I have some sort of technical issue with that side of things. But I can only come up on YouTube at the minute. But you can see what you can help me do is as you're watching it on YouTube, help me go ahead and share the broadcast. The more you share it, the more people it will reach. And that is what, would be most helpful in all of this. So you can play your part. Help us share the broadcast. We need to grow Citizen AY on YouTube. YouTube is a much more reliable platform in the struggle that we're going for. The struggle is real. Be no doubt, this struggle is real. Like I said, I am not fully functioning yet. I'd love to say more about that and be able to give you and be able to say a lot more. But let's just say for now, I'm not quite there physically yet, health wise. But I felt the need to come out today. As we all know, there is some sort of thing going on today that everybody has been involved in, and that's fine. And for those who relate to that from that point of view, that's perfectly fine. They can relate to it. I don't. I cannot relate to that for obvious reasons. I cannot be part of the people that are going to relate to that from that point of view, because when I show you what I'm going to show you, maybe next week or maybe later on this week, when I show you what I'm going to show you about our history, you will understand why we as Yoruba people, indeed as Africans, should not play any role in honoring those who are oppressing us. I just cannot say it. I cannot be more clearer than that. Yes, fine. It's very, very. Everybody's entitled to support and to do whatever they want to do. But I think it's important, if you know your history, then your steps that you're going to take are going to be much more clearer. You're not going to fall into the trap of supporting the very thing that has been enslaving your own ancestors. And I think it's very important that we're aware of it. So whilst I will not, anybody that wishes to support what is going on today and go out and say, yes, they want to do that and they want to pay their, whatever they want to do in that way, that is entirely up to them. But I'm here to tell you that it is based on the premise of the fact of not having the clear knowledge of what was done. It's not about getting angry. It's not about being upset. It's just stating the facts. And it is really important. You see, the kind of actions we take as Africans, as Yoruba people, as Africans, are actions which, if we are not careful, our coming generation will think that is how to do things. That is why our history, young and old, must learn our African history. We must what? Learn our African history. And I'm here to encourage you all. If you haven't subscribed to Citizen AY as you're watching, please go ahead and do so now. I'm only streaming on YouTube at the minute. I have a problem with my system, which and Facebook are playing up, and for that reason, I haven't got too much time because of one or two my ongoing health issue. It's still ongoing. I'm managing it. That is why you're not seeing me as often as possible. But that doesn't mean I'm not part of the struggle. I am very much part of the struggle. I'm here to encourage every single Igbo, Biafran, Yoruba person, Middle Beltan, to continue to go for self-determination. We have the right to self-determination. Self-determination is an inalienable right. It is an inalienable right. And it is something that we need to encourage our coming generations to speak up about. There are so many unjust things that has been going on. But we're not going to focus so much on that. What we need to focus on is to encourage our people right now to ensure that we are very, very clear that voting in these fraudulent elections that they're trying to put forward in 2023 is a waste of time. Anybody voting in the elections, anybody voting in the 2023 elections in contraption Nigeria, you are wasting your time. I will say that again, and I will come back and say it again and again and again and again, and I will never tire of saying it. A vote for any of them, starting with Obi, starting with Ashiwaju or Atiku, anybody you vote for, you're wasting your vote, you're wasting your effort. What we are saying to you in all of this, if you don't listen and you go ahead and vote, those of us who are going for self-determination, we will be ready and waiting for you to join us in the struggle. Because it is obvious that many of the youths have got misplaced priorities. When you talk about, it's Peter Obi, vote this. Obi is the man that's caused the... Obi, you forget that Obi used to be part of PDP. Many of you who are talking to us to go and vote for Peter Obi, he was part of PDP. Let me show you something. So let me just, I'll see if I can bring that up. Let me see if I can bring it up. If it will show me. I don't want to put my picture up too much. So on there. Now, before I go ahead, yes, sorry. Before I go ahead, I want to show you a picture. Because here we are here to remind you of who you are. We are here to remind you of who you are. Now, what you see in the picture right there, there is a picture that you're seeing right there, and this is a link to what will tell you. That picture is a picture of Oba Adeyemi I Alowolodu. He was the last independent Aláàfin of Ọ̀yọ́ between 1874 and 1905. He was the last independent, truly independent king. He was independent. Between 1874 and 1888, he was an independent king. That is to say that he was our true monarch. He was our true king. He was a king that nobody else ruled over him. But from 1888 to 1905, he was made a vassal king. He was made a vassal king because of the fraudulent treaty. I will come and talk about the treaty later on. The fraudulent treaty that was imposed upon him that told him that he could only trade with the colonizers. He couldn't trade with anybody else. And when he tried to go against it, they killed people. They went in. I will tell you the story in greater detail, but I'm giving you a clearer picture. They came in and killed in his own kingdom. They killed a lot of people in his kingdom, and he had no choice but to hand up. So from 1888 onwards, I think it was 12 November 1888 until 1905, he became a vassal king. A vassal king means a slave king. It's important that we understand this history. So what I'm saying, and the reason why I'm saying that is for all of us, those of us who are still talking about all the kings in Yoruba land as I speak. If you're a Yoruba man and you are talking about any of the kings, I need you to understand that they are only ceremonial. They have no powers. They are only ceremonial. All the kings in Yoruba land, every single one of them, from Oni of Ife downwards, you can take it to the bank. Tell the whole world that Citizen AY said it, that they are only ceremonial kings. And they will never be anything more than that. They are ceremonial. They have no powers. Firstly, they made them vassal kings, slave kings. Now, to change and hide the fact that they were slave kings, they said, oh, they are ceremonial. Now, ceremonial means that you have no powers in law to impact the lives of your people positively. It's important we understand that. So, but this man, our king here, and we need to remember, how many people know about Oba Adeyemi I, Oba Adeyemi I Alowolodu? How many of you know about him? How many? Again, I'm stating again. Any of the kings that you see, oh, I need to get into the program now. Any of the kings that you see today in Yoruba land, Alake of Egbaland, Ooni of Ife, the next Aláàfin of Ọ̀yọ́, all of them, Olugbo of Igbo, they are all ceremonial. It is important we understand that. And for us to give them real power back to them, we have to go for independence as Yoruba people. We have to go for independence as Yoruba people. I will come back and touch on this. Let me go back on the broadcast now. I'm joining my brother online so that we can talk. I'm going to shortly be talking to my brother, Mazi Alozwe. So I'll call him now. And I'll try and give you the phone number to call in if you want to join the broadcast and discuss with us. I do apologize that we are only currently on Citizen AY on YouTube, but do join us nonetheless. We appreciate that. Here we go. Let me see if I can get this up and running. How am I going to do this? Sorry about this. I'm just trying to get it. Yeah. So I'm going to join him because he'll be waiting for my call now. Like I said, I'm not really fully, there, but I needed to do this today. And we need to understand our history. If we don't, we'll be making the same mistakes over and over again. And the time has come for us to stop doing that. We really do need to wake up from this. So let me see if I can just refresh this. I don't know why that's doing that. Sorry about that. Cancel. So I'll get it up and running. 1 second, please. Oh, hello, my brother. Hello. Good afternoon, my brother.
Today, Citizen Ayo will be with me, so we'll let him in and we'll continue from there.
Yes. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, my brother. Yes, we are live. And I wanted to just join in and say good afternoon to my Biafran brothers. Good afternoon, Mazi Alozwe. Good afternoon to we are joining with iPop Rapture. My brother does my brother Mazi Alozwe, Dr. Mazi Alozwe. He does a broadcast every Monday, and regardless of what is going on now, and I don't want us to focus on that. Yeah, we need to continue on our effort to go for Yoruba Nation, Biafra Nation. That is our goal. Self-determination is the goal, nothing else. Peter Obi will never give us any independence. Ashiwaju will never give us any independence. Atiku is going to he will lock the key and throw it away. We need to break free. So good afternoon to you, my brother, and I'm glad to be on the show as ever. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Citizen AY. We're live with Dr. Mazi Alozwe on iPop Rapture and Citizen AY, having a discussion about the need for Biafrans, Yorubas, and Middle Belt to go for self-determination and not to fall for the lie of Peter Obi. Peter Obi is not your savior. I say it. Yes, I said it. Peter Obi is not your savior. Allah Achiwaju will never be your savior. Atiku is the man sent to enslave you forever. The person that INEC will choose at the end. You've seen all what they're doing. INEC has been there massaging and fixing the numbers. Good afternoon, Olufemi Oshikoya. And my brother, Taiwo Gujobi, yes. So good afternoon to you. This is being shared on YouTube at the minute. Facebook has got a problem, so we're watching it live with my brother, Mazi Alozwe. So let me stop there. So if you wanted to, please go ahead, my brother. Good afternoon. Yes.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you very much for joining us today. Through the
Okay, go ahead.
Very good experience. Thank you for excuse me. Thank you. You're coming. I was saying something about the royal family's colonization.
Yes. Yes.
And that's behind our problem.
Yes.
The people of West Indies, they are talking about getting their republic, and
yes.
I said we got ours 1963.
Yes.
3 years after independence. What's the difference? No difference.
There's no difference.
No difference.
No.
There
isn't.
No difference. And then, excuse me.
Yes, go ahead.
And then you are looking at our problems.
Yeah.
And the uprising from international media, individuals, college professors, and well-thinking journalists.
Yeah.
They have started questioning the existence of that monarch issue. And there was something I read from Sarah, an American candidate, senatorial candidate. I don't know if you had it.
No. Please do tell me. Go over that again.
I will read it again. Because when I read it, that will make people, those that didn't hear it, at least listen and hear what we are saying. What we are going through is a sort of landmine. Let me read it.
Yes, go ahead.
Sarah said that November the She'll be running for election.
Oh.
I don't know when the government of US is flying flags at half-mast to honor the late Queen of England.
Yes.
Queen Elizabeth II, the longest-serving monarch in the UK, died last Thursday at the age of 97. Surrey has taken exception to the flying of the flag at half-mast in the US to honor her, describing late monarch as an advocate of genocide.
Yeah.
She said, yes, she said on her official Twitter handle on Friday, why are we Americans who had a revolution against the British Empire flying flags at half-mast in memory of one of the great genocidists?
You see?
Genocidalists of all time. This is what she said.
Indeed.
And I was, yes. If she can take that up and you line it up with our Ujuanya statement.
Yeah.
The media, the social media handlers deleted her comment saying it's not good of a good test.
Yes.
The Sarah made her some. See, I'm telling our people we are being leashed.
Yeah.
You know, the leash is too tight on our neck. We need to break it up.
Yes, we have to.
And then another one is the point of no return, the gate of no return in Badagry and Ghana.
Yeah.
Now, this lady engaged in the worst slave trading activities the world has never.
Indeed.
She engaged in it.
Indeed.
And they used the church.
As a weapon. Yes, they did.
They used it. Yes, they used it to carry it out. And during the war, 1960, they planned the coup.
Indeed.
It was Britain that planned it. 67, the whole thing exploded.
Yeah.
If we are Christians, if the Yorubas and the Igbos and the Middle Belt were brainwashed with Christianity.
Yes, indeed.
And supposedly Britain is Anglican, which I used to belong.
Yeah.
I don't go there. I don't go to church anymore.
No.
After coming here and seeing what I saw,
yes.
I simply jumped out.
Yes.
Why are you supplying guns and bombs to the Muslims to kill the Christians, which you are spearheading? And do you know what? To our listeners, they had a goat for St. Charles.
Yes. I shared the picture on Citizen AY. I shared it because it is that exact. And if we were to do that, they would say that we are doing voodoo. By the way, let me just on that thing of where they're saying that we're doing voodoo. Voodoo simply means spirit. So when they say Holy Spirit, it's like saying holy voodoo. There's no difference. There is no difference. But what they try to use is to say, oh, we're doing voodoo, to try and even bastardize and make everything about us bad. So you are absolutely right that everything has been used to oppress and suppress us. Many people may not know this. There was a ship called Jesus of Lubeck during the slave trade. People were put on that ship. Those who were enslaved were put on that ship called the Jesus of Lubeck. Go and type it up. Lubec. And people, as they got on the ship, there was a pastor who was saying they were blessing them, which was a lie. They were trying not to close them in, and as they closed their eyes, they sent them down to the dungeons to be shipped across the oceans. So there are so many things that people. So we have to be careful of what we are celebrating here. Fine, if you want to celebrate. If you don't know your history, I suggest you go and research that history. And another thing I want to say about our history, about this period of slavery that they try to hide from all of us. We need to be very, very careful, because some people have been commenting and saying, oh, we sold ourselves into slavery. Please, let us be very, very clear about this. When you are given no other option, the people who came for your land, they took your own people. And when the king said, no, we're not going to trade with you, they took the land and they took the people. It is very clear. We must be very clear. Let me give you an example of what I'm saying here. Many people are saying that many of our African leaders sold our people into slavery. Jaja of Opobo fought against it. Jaja, you remember? I'm sure, my brother. Do you know Jaja of Opobo, right? Yes.
King Jaja of Opobo.
Yes, King Jaja of Opobo. Now he was enslaved himself. He freed himself. He became a businessman. And he started closing all of the areas where the British were trying to enslave and take his trade. So when they realized that he was powerful, you know what they did? They tricked him. They said, oh, okay, we want to come and discuss on a boat. When he got on the boat, he was taken to the Caribbean. Now, when he was in the Caribbean, he was fighting and was causing mayhem to stop the slave trade, even when he was in the Caribbean. So they decided to bring him back home. On the way back, they gave him a cup of tea. He was poisoned on the ship. The reason I'm saying this to everybody, and we need to be aware, when somebody comes and start telling you that, oh, we sold our slaves themselves into slavery. Some people had no other choice than they did, but some fought till the end. There is a lady in Nzinga, Queen Nzinga, I think it's, what's the name of this place now? Oh, you come to me. I think not Kenya, I think it's in Nzinga of the Congo. I think it's in Congo area. Now she fought because they came in and they tried to send her people, and she fought against them, and she chased them away. On the only time they could come back in there was after she died. So please, it is important that we do not allow those who imprisoned us to be telling you a narrative to oppress and suppress you and make you hate yourself. You need to wake up. These are the realities of what we are faced with. There is so many, you see this idea, and the people at this point, when you talked about the issue of the supplying of guns to the Muslims to kill the Christians, we have to understand that those who are supplying those weapons, they don't care whether you're Christian or Muslim. What they want is to sufficiently control the people in that land. If it means for them to fight each other so that they will have the control on whoever wins, they want to control, be it Christian, be it Muslim. And we need to understand that is the game that is being played right now. The Fulanis may not understand that, but we need to understand that. And we have to make sure that we take our land. If the Fulanis still want to be part of that construct, that's up to them. But we have to be very, very clear that those who are supporting the Fulanis, giving them weapons, they are doing so to ensure that our resources remains something that they can come and dip and take as and when they please, at our expense. Our resources are being taken for nothing. There are so many refineries across Europe that the resources, our oil is being stolen, shipped across to Europe for them to process and bring back home to us for us to buy. So we're losing money two ways. It is time we woke up. So this message is going out specifically to those of us. If you are still talking about, oh, you're having a compassion and you feel for the old lady, fine, do so. But understand that you need to wake up. The coming generation, you cannot leave this kind of legacy for the coming generation. Be it Yoruba, be it Igbo, be it Biafran or Middle Belt. We must not leave this kind of legacy of oppression and suppression in our own land. Legacy of suppression and oppression in our own land. We need to do whatever it takes to free our people. We are one of the most resource-endowed places in the entire world. Our people should be living like kings and queens in their land. I kid you not. But for as long as we allow this fraud called Nigeria to be imposed on us by those who created it, if you notice, those who created it, they are sponsoring the people within our area, the new colonials, the local colonials, to allow them to continue to take our resources. That is what is happening. I want us all to be very, very aware about this. There is a lot of work for us all to do in our communities. Please, you need to really understand that what we are saying here is about the future of the coming generation. If you're saying they're going to church or to the mosque and that is the only way to save them, it is a lie, yo. It is a tool of oppression. I don't mean, especially if you're on ground in Nigeria. If you're on ground in Nigeria, you need to, in that conception called Nigeria, you need to understand that they are tools of division designed to keep us divided so we never unite to free ourselves. So I'm calling on my Biafran brothers, my Yoruba brothers, my Middle Belt brothers. Please, now is the time for us to unite, work together. And our focus has to be how we are separating from that contraption. Why are we keeping a name that's been imposed by those who oppressed us? Why? Why are those our leaders intent on enslaving their own people? Our Yoruba leaders, shame on them. Our Biafran leaders, Igbo leaders, shame on them. Our Middle Belt, shame on them. They know full well what we're saying. We are not lying about what is going on here. Many of us who are in diaspora, we are desperate to come back home and improve the lives of everybody there with infrastructure that we can have. We have the funds for those infrastructures. But the system that's been imposed on us has made us, has impoverished us in our own land, in the land of plenty, fertile land. And this is part of a global network, which I don't want to go into too much detail about now. But for now, we have to focus on freeing our people, encouraging our people on ground, that what we are suffering from now is still colonialism. It is clandestine colonialism. They are using the Fulanis to do the dirty work. So you will not think that, oh, the colonials have still got their hands in the pie. They have. The French are doing the same thing, and the English are doing the same thing. The two most popular languages spoken on the continent of Africa today is English and French. Go and check it out. Two of the most popular languages spoken, foreign languages spoken in Africa, is English and French. And they've divided us up so much that we're busy fighting ourselves over some useless religion that they don't care about. It's time we woke up. And I want us all to really understand that at this point, I've been watching the proceedings today. I can't celebrate it. I cannot celebrate it. Yes, fine, she's had her time, she's gone. But what she represents is a threat to our lives, is a threat to our people. And it is the ongoing oppression using racism and all kinds of things to oppress us in our own land. So it is time that we woke up, my people. We need to redouble our effort to wake our people up at home and make them understand that they have the power to take back our land. We do not have to listen to or accept this injustice any longer. We must do everything in our power to wake our people up and say, look, this is what is being done to you. You are being imprisoned in your own land. You have the right to the oil in your land. You have the right to the gas in your land. You have the right to the gold in your land. And your people should enjoy the benefits. You should have good roads, good schools, bridges, healthcare, free school, university, everything a modern day economy should have. You are entitled. This is your entitlement. What right now the government is trying, the federal government is trying to enslave you in your land. They take away our resources from us and they put it in the center and they give it to whoever without taking consent from us, the people. We, the people, our voice has been taken away. We need to wake up. So I'm here to reiterate again. I wish I'm sorry I've not been able to come out as much as often because of my health issues. I'm trying to manage that, but be that as it may, I keep saying to myself, any opportunity I can find and come out and talk about this, that we need to wake up our Biafran brothers, our Yoruba brothers. Stop believing in that OB thing that they're talking about, or Ashiwaju. They are all part of the same system designed to enslave you. Anything called Nigeria, we didn't. Our ancestors did not create Nigeria. Let me show you a picture again. Those of you who may be joining again for the first time, if you're watching me, I posted a picture and I talked about it, and I'm going to do a broadcast about that later on. In Yoruba land, for example, the last truly independent king that we have was a man, a late king, Adeyemi Oba Adeyemi Alowolodu, the first, 1874 to 1905, in Oyo, in Yoruba land, known as Oyo at the time. Now, we need to understand that was the last independent. That is the man, he was sovereign, our sovereign. He reigned supreme over Yoruba people with the consent of the Yoruba people. He was crowned in Yoruba land. He was crowned by Yoruba people in Yoruba land. Now, in 1888, the British colonials came and took power from him, and decided they forced him to sign a treaty that he must only trade with the British. That if he traded with anybody else, they had the right to come and take the land, and that's exactly what they did. They took his land. On the 12th of November 1888, they brought in guns and killed people, and he became from that day on, he became a slave, a vassal king. These are things that we need to understand. So on that basis alone, there is no basis upon which our own king, supported the creation of Nigeria. They never did. He never did. It was imposed upon him. And that is the justification that there'll be more things I'm talking about, where that is ground for reparations right there. Right there. That is ground for reparations. And these are kind of things that our people need to understand. So that the reparations is also making it clear to our people that we have every right to go for self-determination. These are the realities. Again, sorry? Yes. Yes.
The Caribbeans.
Yes.
The people of West Indies, they talked about
reparations.
Since the Queen has died, and
yeah,
they'll be asking for reparation.
Yes.
And,
yes.
Their own what do you call it?
They want their reparations and also to get their own independence as well. True completely break away. Yes.
Their republic.
The republic. Yes.
Let's see where I brought this up, because if you look in Britain,
yes,
you see the black people there, either the West Indies people,
yes,
or Nigerians.
Mm-hmm.
Nigerians or West Indies.
Yes.
And then they brought a new system, and that system is they tell you are a citizen.
Yes.
Of Britain.
Yes.
It's only on a piece of paper.
Yes.
So I give before you came on the air, I said, why is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu
Thank you.
still in detention?
Thank
why
you.
is he still there?
Thank you.
If they have equal right,
yes,
and a British citizen is unjustifiably being held, why is Britain allowing it?
Well,
they are allowing it because they are the ones that initiated it.
Yes.
It is their handiwork.
Yes.
From Kenya.
Yes.
And they act like they now, cities. Now you let our people know this, because I'm glad most of you are beginning to listen.
Yes.
The draining of our brains. They're telling our doctors, "Oh, come to London."
Yes.
Come to London.
Nurses and doctors, they are all exact. Yes, you're right.
Yes. Let our people know that it is a gimmick.
It is. It is
it's a way of shutting you up.
Yes.
It's a way of letting those that are enlightened be free.
Thank you.
You know, they say, okay, we are safe in London.
Yes.
And that is why a small thing you say, I'm going to London.
Yeah.
I'm going to London. What's wrong? Why don't you fix your own country?
Yeah. Yeah.
And be as free. And be the owner of your own land and experience what is called freedom.
Yeah, indeed.
Why can't we do that? Can you please drive this home, see where you can put it so that your own people will understand what you're saying?
I mean, a very good point you raised about that. What they've realized is that, you see, if they allow more people, if they allow people who are clever to remain within their colony, because that's another thing we need to understand. We are not independent. There is no country independent in Africa right now. We need to be very, very clear about there's zero country. Even the country that Paul Kigale.
South Africa.
No. Paul. We're talking about Rwanda. You know, they are still under the control of the French. We need to be very, because the language that they speak in that place is still the French language, and everything, the business and everything they're doing is still with the French. So we have to be very, very clear that what they are doing now is, when they see that people are beginning to be aware and talking, they subtly remove them and say, okay, fine, bring them over to us. They can work for us, whilst at the same time keeping them quiet. And that is what is going on. We have to be careful. We have to be alert and know that all our brains is trying to ensure that that place remains underdeveloped, a place that's so underdeveloped and never has infrastructures in place that will now become a threat to their domination of finished goods. This is about ensuring that Africa remains what do you call it? Just resource, raw material, a raw material producing country only. There's a guy that I'm going to bring to you. Let me just. There's a name of a guy called what's it called again now? Oh, let me bring that name out. Let me see. He's a man from the from Netherlands. He's a Nicholas, and he said that Europe want to make sure that Africa, we can get African resources dead cheap. So and everything that is being done now is designed to ensure that we never have any competitive edge on in terms of production of goods at all. And everything that's been designed is to make sure that Africa never ever has anything that will compete with Europe, i.e., be it in terms of, for example, petrol. For example, if it's been exported, they take it away from here, and we found that many of the oil is ended up in Southampton, being processed and then brought back to us, and we have to buy it. Again, our doctors, our nurses, they are living in the droves, and our people are not getting the adequate healthcare that we need in our own country. Back in the 70s, we had the best healthcare. King of Saudi Arabia came down to Africa, to Nigeria in Luz, I believe, to get healthcare. All of that has been destroyed. Now, what we need to do, this is why we're saying going for self-determination is the only solution. Trying to come to the coattails of the oppressors is only going to be only going to leave our people suffering forever, and we need to put a stop to it. We cannot leave this. We cannot leave our children to be suffering, forever and ever at the hands of those who oppressed us. We need to wake up. The time has come for us to wake up as a people, and let our people know that what is being done here is crazy. It's unjust, and we need to wake up. We need to wake up, and it is time that we told ourselves this honest truth, that our people are being exploited at every level. Not only the people, our resources, our people, everything that we have in Africa, we're not considered to be human beings. Because if we were considered to be human beings, nobody would come in and be taking our resources and oppressing us. And do you know that the Second World War was about keeping who was going to keep part of Africa? The Germans, when they lost the First World War, because they took away from them 2 colonies. I think it was either Cameroon, because Cameroon used to belong to they used to be controlled by Germany, and then another one, I can't remember the other one. I think, was it Congo? I can't remember. So they fought to try and take that back. And what is sad about it is that many of us in Africa were believing the lie that we were fighting a war for justice, not knowing that what they were fighting for was about us, and we were told to go and support them, and our people went and died in a war that was about their enslavement. This is, I kid you not. This is, when I read all of this, I was, many of the African soldiers that went to that war did not understand that the war that they were fighting was about who was going to be in control. It was either going to be Hitler or the West. And yet, we were still under, and if you notice, there is no monument anywhere in Europe that honors and mentions countries. Several countries went and gave people, Nigeria and others, when they say, oh, they're commemorating the people, the war, they just put Africa. Whereas the people that several thousands upon thousands died from various countries that went to support the war, from Cameroon, from Nigeria, from all over. And these are the things that we have to be very, very conscious of. So going back to what you stated before, what is being done is our resource in terms of human resources. There's a young boy that designed he used some sort of basic tools to make some cars and things. He's been taken to Finland. He's been taken away to Finland, and he'll be developing things for Finland. We are losing out on all of this because of bad governance, and it is most likely. I think the boy was from Yoruba land. I think, if I recall, and there's another boy again from Biafra. Now, if we have our nation, those talents can be nurtured at home. There's nothing wrong in nurturing our talent at home. And just to tie up to what you said before about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and we demand his unconditional release. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is holding a British passport. He's holding a British passport as we speak. And yet, what is happening with him is that the British government is not interfering and saying, you are holding our citizen, you need to let go of him. He's holding a British passport. And let's not forget, the reason why Nnamdi Kanu fled from country of Nigeria was that they were killing, and they planned to raid his home. In fact, not planned to, they did raid, and he luckily escaped. He had to escape from that place. My brother, am I wrong? Am I wrong, my brother, Dr. Mazi?
Mazi. Very, very correct. Very correct.
So now he had to flee. And then he came to so-called the sanctuary for democracy, the beacon of democracy, believing that he's a citizen. They gave him and now that he's now been illegally renditioned. This is a fact. The government of the UK is absolutely silent. It's absolutely silent. Now, the doctor I was talking about, let me just get the name, Dr. Nicholas something. What's his name again? I'm just trying to bring that up. 1 second. So now it's important to I'm tying all of this up. I know I'm going quite fast, but it is really important that we begin to understand what has been done to us here. And what is being done is to keep Africa underdeveloped so that they can have unfettered access to our resources. Now, we need to put a stop to that, because many of us who are abroad, we see what is being done. We understand the game that is being done. On the scepter of the queen that they put on the picture, there is a $500 million diamond, cut diamond, one size, came from South Africa. It was stolen from South Africa, and it is put on there, and South Africa is demanding it back. You know, there's another Kaimo something, another expensive diamond of some sort that's taken from India as well. They want that back. Now, many of us are not aware of this. As I speak to you, there are the bronze head of the king of Yoruba land. The bronze head is in the British Museum. These are things that we must get back as people. We must go for our own self-determination. No ifs, no buts.
You struck a chord, and when I did an episode on that one, you see how the light brains we have. They have these things in the museum, and when we have it at home,
yeah,
they brand it evil.
Yes.
And we don't even have to associate with it.
No.
When they go to their museum, they display it, and then we pay.
Exactly.
We pay to go and look at it.
What is ours? What is ours?
What belongs to you? You pay to go. That tells you the brain of our people.
Oh.
And we can't say, come on, give us our thing back. You know?
Yes.
And I could see a British guy arguing about it. No, you have to buy it back. Why do we have to buy it back?
There is.
It belongs to us.
Let me play you a voice. I'm going to quickly play a voice if I can. Oh, you won't be able to hear it. But there is a British minister that's saying that, they have every right to keep it. They can come into an agreement to us as to when we can loan it from them. To loan what, let me. Oh, I can't play it on here. If I did, it will stop you talking. I was flabbergasted, to even tell us that what is my own ancestral stuff. I have to go into a museum and peer behind the glass at what is from my own ancestors, and you're telling me,
go ahead and play it. Go ahead and play it, and then you reconnect. Go ahead.
Okay, let me do that. Okay, I'll do that. Give me 1 second. So, guys, let me play you this video. I'm just going to play the voice. I'm not going to show the video itself because I don't know. Well, in fact, you know what? I'm going to do better than that. I'm going to play the voice. I'm going to show you the video itself because I don't know. Well, in fact, you know what? I'm going to do better than that. I'm going to play the voice. I'm not going to show the video itself because I don't know. Well, in fact, you know what? I'm going to do better than that. I'm going to play the voice. I'm going to show you the video itself because I don't know. Well, in fact, you know what? I'm going to do better than that. I'm going to play the voice. I'm going to show you the video itself because I don't know. Well, in fact, you know what? I'm going to do better than that. I'm going to play the voice. I'm going to show you the video itself because I don't know. Well, in fact, you know what? I'm going to do better than that. I'm going to play the voice. I'm going to show you the video itself because I don't know. Well, in fact, you know what? I'm going to do better than that. I'm going to play the voice. I'm going to show you the video itself because I don't know. Well, in fact, you know what? I'm going to do better than that. I'm going to play the voice. I'm going to show you the video itself because I don't Let me bring my brother in. 1 second, please. Let me show you this video. Because I wasn't going to do it, but you know what? I actually am going to do it. Let me bring my brother on board. 1 second, please. Give me a minute. Because it is important. This is a video. Watch this now. Let me see if I can play it. Here we go. Don't know if it will work. Now, let's hear this. You see? You see? Listen, oh, keep listening. It's not none of your business where we draw the line. We want it back. It's not yours. We didn't. If anybody took any stuff from the UK today and you're of African, they take you. You end up in jail. We don't want to hear this nonsense. Listen. So do the people of Benin. So do the people of Benin. What are you, so because you love it, you think that entitles you to keep it? Nonsense. Listen on. Yeah. So yeah, I'm still playing it, but go ahead. 1 second. 1 second. You won't be able to hear it though, but they can hear it.
No, yeah, no problem. They can hear it, no problem.
Yeah.
Just, I want them to hear it because I've played it before on my
Yeah.
station. Mm-hmm.
So he's more interested that the world enjoys the marvelous heritage that is ours. But we, the people who own it, we have to go. Many of us have had to go and pay and watch this stuff, our own ancestral stuff in the museum. The king, to see, look, I have another video. I wish I didn't have it now. The Oni of Ife had to go and look at the bronze of his own ancestors as a king in the British Museum. I kid you not. There is a video of this. There is a video of this. So when we are talking about the need for us to go for self-determination, with self-determination, everything that's been stolen from us will be returned. Because we now, the people, our voices as collective is important. As Biafrans, collectively, the people say, we the people we speak, we demand that everything stolen from us by the colonials is returned. And that's the voice of the people. It's not one person having an agreement and say, okay, we'll keep it, we will loan you it. The time has come. We are in the age of Aquarius. Aquarius is the age of awareness. We cannot afford to remain in the dark anymore. Because our coming generation, what are we going to leave behind for Biafrans? What are we going to leave behind for Yoruba people? What are we leaving behind for Middle Belt people? Is this the kind of future we want to live for them? A future where our own resources, our own everything in our land is taken by others and we remain quiet? We cannot do this. We must not accept this any longer. So we are here waking each and every one of us up, particularly those of you who are at home. We urge you, the effort that you're putting in to stand up and speak up, please do not relent. You may think that you're not having impact, but the fact that they are putting OB in front of you, they're trying, and it's showing you that oh, 1 second, please, 1 second. Sorry. 1 second. Though. Yeah, go ahead. So, 1 minute. So let me just do. So the fact that we're doing all of what is going on now. 1 minute. Let me just check. I'm just checking somebody just called, but I wanted to make sure they can text me. So now, what I am showing, what we're saying right now, and for every one of you watching, please, you may think that the Biafrans and Yoruba people were not having impact. We are having impact, because the people who are trying to keep us enslaved, they are now putting OB in front of us and say yes, go and vote in an election, because they want us to partake in that fraud. That Nigerian constitution is a fraud. And every time you keep it in front of you every 4 years, you're renewing the fraud. Let me say that again slowly. Every time you vote on that fraudulent 1999 constitution, you are renewing the vow to support the fraud that is oppressing you on a daily basis. We need to break it up. The only way to break it up is to go for self-determination. Make everybody go to answer in Papa name. That is what must happen. We cannot continue to be tied to a fraudulent document. A document, if you go and look at it, when you break all of this down, you will find that there is a hand of the British government in writing that constitution. You will find that fraudulent constitution, because they said, Professor Audu, whatever they call his name, Jadudu, and others came up, and the military, they know nothing about constitution. They are only men who can carry arms and defend. And what they've done since they imposed this military document on us has to enslave us in our land. The military that's meant to be protecting the people have turned the guns on us, the people, and silenced us and imprisoned us in our own land. And I maintain it. I keep saying it again. The Nigerian constitution is a fraud. The Nigerian constitution is a fraud that we must continually expose. We must not be silent in the face of this injustice. And the only way we can do this is continuing to raise the level of awareness in each and every of our community, that the time has come for you to stand up and say no to your resources being stolen. The people who are in the Niger Delta, the resources are being looted by the likes of Shell, Exo, and Enron. All of these people, they're coming in, taking it, and they damage the land. The people cannot fish in their own land, and they're not paid any compensation. And you're telling us to believe in one Nigeria, and that's one Nigeria for you. One Nigeria is what did that. One Nigeria is what killed Ken Saro-Wiwa. Did you hear me? One Nigeria is what killed Ken Saro-Wiwa and the Ogoni 9, because he was speaking up for his people, and they did not want the voice of the people to be heard. And they're telling you to support one Nigeria. One Nigeria is a fraud. We need to break it up. And we need, you and I, you got a video, you got a camera, if you have a space like in abroad, you need to continue to connect with our people, make them awake, make them aware that they have the power to bring down that fraud. My ancestors, your ancestors of Obarem never gave hand to the creation of Nigeria. They killed, they chased him, they put him away in Calabar. They dethroned him from Benin, put him in Calabar where he died, and took away the loot from his kingdom. They destroyed his kingdom, and they've not paid compensation till date. And then they're telling you to believe in one Nigeria. It's a fraud. It's a fraud. It is a fraud. The tusk that they took away from King of Obarem's place was valued at 2 million at the time. 2 million pounds at the time. 2 million. And I don't know what's 2 million in today's money. Go and do the math. These are the realities of what we're facing. And we're not saying this out of hatred. We're saying we need to know our history. I've told you now, King Obadeyemi, he was forced to sign a treaty to cover the whole of Yoruba land, where that the British can only the British can trade with him. And when they tried to do the same thing with King Oba of Obarem, he said no way. He sent them away. He said no, I can trade with whoever I want. And then they came back with guns and killed his people. And you're telling us that it's one. How does that tie into one Nigeria? When the people who own the land were dethroned or killed, or forced to sign away the right to their land, to cede their land by force. I will be showing a program about that to break that down in detail. Watch out for that. But we need to understand that the time where we are now, it is time for us as people, as Yorubas, as Biafrans, as Middle Belt, to continue to never ever relent, because this is not about you and me anymore now. It's about the coming generation. The coming generation. We want a peaceful nation. We want peaceful Yoruba nation, peaceful Biafra nation. We want peaceful Middle Belt nation. Even any Hausa man or Fulani can come and live among us, but he will be living following our rules. The Nigerian Constitution. The Nigerian Constitution is a fraud. It is a fraud, and it will remain a fraud because the military imposed it on us. There is no referendum anywhere supporting that fraud. And every time you vote in any elections under that constitution, you are imposing on yourselves the fraud. The fraud that will continue to take away the resources from your community and leave you destitute in your own land. That is why we need to break it up. Nobody should be voting in any elections in 2023. Our focus must be screaming and clamoring for self-determination. But if you do go and vote, like I said here, we, the Biafrans who are clamoring for Biafra, we Yoruba people clamoring for Yoruba nation, we will be waiting for you to come and join us. Because that is when your eyes will clear up on the 13th of June, 2023, if you vote. Exactly on the 13th of June, a day after the election, una eye go come clear. Una go see they don't play una well. And when that day, you're welcome to come back and join us in the struggle. Because we will be waiting. I'm telling you this now. Atiku is the man who will win. INEC has already started. They're rigging the results already. They're taking away names of people who are in the south from election from the register, and they're leaving the northerners. That 10 million. Pantami registered 10 million non-Nigerians as Nigerians. 10 million foreigners, and you're believing in one Nigeria. And what's one Nigeria in that? There is no border. There is zero border between Nigeria and Niger, between Chad and Niger. People from the Fulanis from Niger and Chad walk in and they get the Nigerian passport, they get the ID card, they get the voter's card for nothing. They don't even queue. So please, what is one Nigeria? What is this talk about one Nigeria? Nigeria is a fraud. The constitution is a fraud. We must break it up. We, the people in those areas, in Biafra land, in Yoruba land, in Middle Belt, we need to stand together. Take back what is ours, our resources. Nigeria is a fraud. Tell them to go and find you a referendum that we voted in. They will never, there's no referendum. We never voted to support one Nigeria. They imposed it on you and I. It was imposition.
Let's let our listeners know where we are talking from. It's Radio Biafra USA. We are coming to you from Radio Biafra USA and
Citizen AY as well.
Program on Mondays we're here with Citizen AY.
Yes.
So it's a program you can't afford to miss. We are enlightening all of you as to what we are doing, why we are broadcasting every day. While we are calling your attention to the lies being peddled around, to the dream of a country that doesn't exist. That Nigeria is Royal Niger
Company. Exactly.
That is a corporation. Royal Niger
Company. Yes.
They engaged in slave trade and directly from Britain, from Anglican Church. That's where it came from. And they're telling you and you're running around, you're a Christian and this and that. We are making you aware of where our problem started. And now we are well enlightened that we should be able to tell those that have been engaged or immersed themselves in political thuggery that we have come to mature age.
Mm-hmm.
That we can tell you no. It's not everything they say here, but the thing is that they have so washed our brains that the same people enslaving you are the same ones you're running behind their motorcade, honorable.
Mm-hmm.
What makes them honorable, heaven knows.
Mm-hmm.
They are subject to British instructions.
Yeah.
And that is why you can never demonstrate.
No.
So we welcome all our listeners and we hope you join us again next Monday. It's a weekly event.
Yes.
And Citizen NY, I hand it over to you to finish what you're saying before the calls start coming.
Yes. Now, so please, above all, please, this message goes to every single Peter Obi supporter in Contraption Nigeria and abroad. This message is for you. On the 13th of June 2023, if you go ahead and vote for this and support this Peter Obi, expect to be heavily disappointed. Expect to be heavily disappointed. You will be the weight of that disappointment. You will feel it the next day, because Atiku will be announced as your president, and when it does, that is when you will know that Nigeria is a fraud, because they are already putting INEC. INEC is already massaging the numbers. They are taking away people who are indigenous people. Many of the people, if you go and look at it, many of the people that will be taken away from that register, from INEC register, are going to be indigenous people. Biafrans, Middle Beltons, Yorubas. Those are the ones they are going to be taken away from the register. And what that means is that they are putting in, meanwhile, the borders, like I said, the border between Nigeria and Chad, and Nigeria and Niger, and Chad and Nigeria is open. Go and look at it. They only have stick that somebody can step over. Whereas in the borders in the south, they put barricades, huge barricades. You have to go around the back and to get across, to speak to. And we are relatives. People don't realize that. The Benin people, the Dahomey, they used to be called Dahomey, but they've changed it to Benin to confuse us. But we know our history. The people who are in Benin, which is Dahomey in the real name, the people of Benin now by Badagry, and Yoruba, the Yoruba people in Lagos, they are one and the same. They are one and the same. But they put a border there, physical border, to restrict us. Again, in Cameroon, between Cameroon and on the other side, my brother, Biafran brothers as well. The same thing. So we know our history. But they put physical borders to make it difficult for us to cross, to mingle. But they left the borders open enough. And you're telling me that there's one Nigeria. There is no such thing as one Nigeria. So all you OB people, I understand your passion. I like that passion. I understand it. That you believe that if you did the right thing, it will happen. But Nigeria is not a country that we put our hands. This is an imposition. So whatever things you try and do, you cannot fix a fraud. You cannot fix a fraud. Yes, my brother.
What is the official language of Benin?
We have the Yoruba. There's a Yoruba speaking side, and there's another one. There's different other languages, but the Yorubas, we have a section that speaks Yoruba, but the official language is they say there's a French language, French speaking. But again, it was a way to divide us. If French speaking.
I know why I'm asking you the question.
Yes.
What about Cameroon? What is the official language?
French.
Okay. Now this is the divide and rule.
Exactly.
These people came Yoruba land. They divided Yoruba land in two.
Yes.
And they told you this is Benin.
Yes.
This is Yoruba.
Yes.
And you are all one and the same.
Yes. Exactly. We speak the same language.
They just defy, and we cannot say this. Why will it happen? It is not going to happen.
Exactly.
Brothers, we must stick together.
Yes.
Divide and rule. And then that system, they use it in telling you about states. In your own region, they are dissecting them bit by bit. This is Anambra State.
Yeah.
This is this state. This is it. They are all one and
Yeah.
the same. And once that dissection has been made, people will think that you are different. But
Yes.
these are the same people
Yeah.
in culture, in everything. So
Yeah.
let our people know what they are facing.
Yes.
The colonial masters have invaded us, and these are the things they put in place.
Indeed.
And I think it's time for us to wake up.
We must.
So round up and let's open the phone line.
Yes. So please, my people, those of you, I want to just say a word about this. Those of you who are mourning the passing of the UK Queen, that's fine if you want to mourn her. But I would like you to, before you mourn her, understand your own history. That's all I want you to do. You need to understand where you come from, and you need to understand the role she has played in where you are. All of us, as we are in Europe right now, they have played a significant part in impoverishing us and our people. They played a significant part in impoverishing us in our land. And we need to understand that. And well and good for the people, the Europe, for UK people, British, English and white, and Caucasian, to mourn their own. That's fine. But we need to understand, if we are mourning them, we are actually cursing our own ancestors. Because all of the wealth that they got is from our ancestors that they haven't repaid yet. They haven't repaid it. I'll be alive, my brother.
That's the truth.
They haven't paid it back. So if we are crying and supporting that, we are cementing and saying it's okay for them to continue to oppress us and not take back what is ours. We're not asking for anything that's theirs. We're only saying that it's time for us to get back what is ours. So for our coming generation. That is what we're saying. So, like I said, if anybody wants to go and support that, fine. There is a compassion to a certain level. The old lady grows old. She passed away. In fact, in our culture, in Yoruba culture, if you're 96, we celebrate. There's a song that we sing. It goes, Ile lo lo tarara, Ile lo lo tarara. And if it's a man, they say Baba Rele. If it's a woman, they say Mama Rele. Ile lo lo. Because they've lived a long life. So it's actually a celebration. But what they're doing here is a way to get us to actually, by symbolically, when you support this, you are supporting the oppression. It's really important to understand. We need to understand that. Again, please, I'm not anybody Caucasian. Please support. Please, in fact, it is your duty to stand up and feel the emotion, but not from me, because the story of what has been. When I will do a show next week, and when I do that show, I want people to watch it because it is really important so you can understand the significance of what was done to us, and why we are what you call a divided and a slave nation today. We still remain a slave nation. We are speaking a foreign language in our own land. In the UK here, fine, I'm happy to speak the English, but I want to speak Yoruba in Yoruba land. My brother wants to speak Igbo in Biafra land. My middle person wants to speak the Nok language or Tiv language. Why should we be speaking a language that is enslaving us? Why should we? Why should we? They say this saying, if you are in Rome, do as Romans. That would mean that as I'm in England now, I will speak English. In Yoruba land, there should be only one language I'm speaking, and that should be Yoruba. End of story. In Biafra land, there should be only one language I'm speaking. It should be Igbo language. And in the Middle Belt, it should be Tiv language or whatever there's in that area. But what is happening is that we are speaking a language where it has no connection to our own ancestors. We are not, every time you speak a language, your own language, you are honoring your ancestors. They flow through your veins. Your ancestors flow through your veins. Why is it that you're happy to go and in your own land to be speaking a foreign language over the body and the land of your ancestors? Why? We need to wake up. The time has come to wake up. Like I said, I would never, if in this country you speak the language, you must speak the language. In our country, likewise, we must speak our language. Our language is important in our land because it's the connection to our soil, to our ancestors, in our DNA. And every time we reject it, we are rejecting ourselves. We need to embrace who we are. Language, culture, everything. We must embrace it. So let me stop there for now. Thank you very much. Yes.
0848 plus 1
484
767. Yeah, 767 0848. Live broadcast from Radio Biafra USA.
Yeah.
We are here with our citizen AY.
Yes.
And, we welcome our listeners. And,
yeah.
It's a weekly program.
Yes, we do it on a weekly basis. Yes. Yeah. So please, if you want to call it, do call in. So give me the number again. +1 484. I'll type it on here.
+1.
Yeah.
484
Mm-hmm.
767
767
0848.
0848.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So please, if you do want to call in, plus 1484 767 0848. So
Yes.
so if anybody wants to call in, do call in. I'll see if I can got my other phone line on. I've not used that for some time because I've been off now. I've not really. It's due to this health concern of mine. I've had to ease off a little bit. But we're here. So
yeah,
now.
Okay, he's trying to call in. I'm waiting for him to call. He's been calling and
Okay.
waiting for him to call in.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. We're waiting for you.
Yeah, you can call on the number that we said before. So if you do want to speak, call in and join us. Go ahead. Oh, okay. He's calling in now. So one for a second. Let me see if I can get that number up and running. But you can also call in on. Let me put the number up here. You can call that number. I'll see if I can. If you want to, well, you have my number plus, plus 447399580606. You can call in on that, and I can take that on here. Sorry about that. I'm sorry I've not done this for a while because it's been difficult. So now, so I put that down. 144. 1 minute, please. Let me just check that. I don't want it to go off because this may go off. So 144. 148, sorry, 148 4767 4767 0848. I think that's correct. I hope I've got it right. Let me see if I can call myself. I'll add myself back to that call because it's a live broadcast in conjunction with Apple Rapture and Citizen AY. So let me see. 1 minute, please. Let me just get this right. So I don't know if he's going to answer. So we're still here. If you want to call in, I know I've not called taking calls for a while. So do beg your pardon. The phone line may not be necessarily active on this end, but let's see. 1 minute, please. Let me put that on because I've not done this for some time because of health issues. I'm hoping I can do it on a week-by-week basis, but hopefully we can get there. Do bear with me. It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I had to manage the health situation, so that's why. Oh, it's busy. Okay, let me see. So look, what we are doing here is simple. We really want everybody to be aware that what has been done to us has gone on long enough, and we need to wake up. We really need to wake up. I'm probably going to try and do something. I'm going to try and bring another good friend of mine that knows about this colonial thing in a lot detail, and I've just seen him on a program that I follow, and I would like to bring him on here so that we can actually be able to talk about this as well and the connection. Now, the thing is, that's for back home, we need people who are on ground to actually be part of this. Sorry about this. We need people back home to be part of this struggle rather than just. We need people back home to be taking part in this, on a quite involved way. Hang on 1 minute, please. I have not done that for a while. It's loading up. So let me call it my brother again. Hopefully it will clear up. I am trying to get this up and running so we can carry on with the discussion. Again, I just want to remind us, it is important that we understand that what we have now, those of you supporting Peter Obi, you need to understand that it's a game that's been played. And you have to understand that they're playing a game, and we must not accept it anymore. It's time for us to wake up. It really is time for us to wake up. So I don't know if it's hello. Yes, hello, my brother.
Respond to him.
Oh, I didn't hear that message properly. Sorry, I was not. I was just give me because the line broke. So just if you could recap.
Okay, he was talking about the Million Man March that will be taking place in UK on the 17th of October.
Oh,
and
okay.
He's saying that he sent you the information.
Yes. I will be. Yes, of course. Sorry. Yes. I do apologize. I had, like I said, because of this health issue of mine, sometimes I do miss things. So I saw something and I was going to respond to it, but I didn't. Let me quickly, as we're talking now, I'll quickly go into that. Okay, let me just quickly put that down. 1 minute. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you've heard from OK Foreign, that match, peaceful rally is happening, and we would like you all to be part of it. Let me see. Okay, now I'm just gonna read it. Yes. Okay. So I've got it now. So I do apologize. Now, yeah. So I will be sharing that with you all. So the match is happening on the 16th of October, Sunday. No, 16th.
17th.
Oh,
16th of October.
It says 16th and 17th here. So, okay, one is in Liverpool and the other one is in London. So, yeah. Okay. So, the 17th of October, 2022. So, we should be there. We need to come out on that day. So, it's 1 million man match. And, definitely, I will be there. I'm going to make every effort to be there for the 17th of October. And I will be promoting that. I will be sharing that. So, definitely something we should do. So, go ahead.
We have a caller here.
Yes.
Your name and where you calling?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Good evening to you from here and good morning from your end. My name is Desmond and I'm calling from Italy. Our comrade is in AY.
Yes, my brother.
So you are a freedom fighter. Yes, you are now one of us. Completely, you understand what you are doing. You understand the root of our problem, and this is why we see that it is very, very important, because when we understand the root of our problem, it will be easy for us to conclude the problem.
Yeah.
You see how it is easy now for us, because we know who the enemy is.
Yes.
So I want to thank you very much.
No, thank you.
I hope that our people will also come up with these survives and with your own understanding too. It's
Yes.
going to make our work much more easier.
Yes.
Thank you, Pastor, today for opening this topic, because it is good to advise, it's good to say, because people don't understand death is inevitable. Everybody will die.
Yes, so.
But somebody that is the genocidist cannot you begin to say, oh, he was a life giver. A killer will not die and you say he's a life giver.
Yeah.
You say he's a killer. That is what they call legacy.
Yes.
When somebody dies, the legacy comes to play. And that's what they tell people say, people. So the woman in England that died, the queen or whatever they call her, the queen, he chose our life.
Yeah.
He killed our people. So we cannot come out and start to say he do good for us, because he destroyed our life.
Yeah.
And we have to say the way it is. Apply the evidences are there. The pictures, on their BBC, they have the documentary of everything.
Yeah.
This is the worst part of it. BBC has the holistic documentary of the atrocities of British and their monarch in our land.
Yeah.
So you know what they did? It's not only they even stole anti-craft.
No.
People from Africa, from people, they even come, they take natural medicines, and they bring in these medicines that kill our people faster.
Yeah.
Sometimes they spin these medicines, they say it's for aid. They go to some rural areas. In Biafra, I'm telling you,
Yes.
they will give it to churches, they will give it to, if that rural area doesn't have community health center, they will create one for the meantime, just for the job. Then they will be giving it to people, they will be giving to old women, even average women who are in the village. Do you know there is somebody, there was one they give in one village in Owerri. Some people that took that medicine, eye drop and other things, some of them, after 2 years, they went blind, some of them died. All these things they say is foreign aid, it's all coming from Britain.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
What believe that they are easy to do this thing? They will say, oh, the Anglican Church, they will collect money from our people, they will send it to the monarch,
Yeah.
she will be using to develop the affiliates, while they are sending drugs to our people through Anglican churches, through community centers, through different things.
Yeah, indeed.
So it is high time our people raise up and do the needful, because this time around, God has opened our eyes,
Yes.
and we are not going to let go of it until we are free.
Yes.
Until we are free.
Yes, so.
There is nothing anybody has to say.
No.
There is nothing anybody. They can fight all they can fight, they can do all they can do, but we are going to definitely be free, because we are determined. There is nothing you can do to determine people. You tell us, you burn our houses, you see what happened in Olu also.
Yes.
In Juba. The
Yes.
military just invaded the community.
Yeah.
Burn the market, burn people livelihood, people are entered home deaths, their livelihood has been taken away. We don't care. We must take our freedom. But they should know that when they are doing this thing, there is a limit to everything.
There is
The
all.
world cannot feign ignorance on what is going on in Biafra land.
Yeah.
We are saying it and we are saying it. Amadiano say, you see, there is a video that is trending online now. You know, I don't know, maybe you've not seen it. Three little Biafran girls, three of them, and they did not mention the name of the community. I think it's a village, and it is the village vigilante that got them, and they were interviewing them, and they were asking them, do you know that these girls, they used to go to some planet, they said house up, I know it's that, you know, most of this, that they have taught them how to be diplomatic. Maybe their Igwe have told them, don't call Fulani, anything you see, don't call Fulani, you don't call Hausa. But
Yeah.
I'm sure it's Fulani, not Hausa. So don't get one 13 years, the other one 15 years,
Yeah.
the other one I don't know how many years, 14 years, about. They go to their house, they go and define these our girls, and the girls return back to their parents. As in that, because those people are living with them in the community.
Yeah. It's crazy.
You know, very, very terrible. They are not only killing our people in the bushes or raping our mothers, they
No.
are also hypnotizing, defiling our minors,
Yes.
our underage.
Yes,
girls.
exactly.
Three of them. It is going on time. Maybe after that program, you are going to see it.
Oh my gosh.
You know, so every community must wake up. Any community that has Fulani living with them must chase them away.
Yes.
That is the only way to go. Yes, and people were videoing this guy. Some people wanted to even beat them. Why are you beating them? They are victims.
They are victims now.
Because they are hypnotized. I am told they were hypnotized. You know, they were asking them, how many times have you gone there? The other one said she was the first person. He even got the name of the Fulani pedophile that is defiling them. You see what is going on in Biafra land? Abomination is happening in our land. These
Yeah.
people are desecrating our land. And Fulani is still in our land. Some communities are still harboring them. So our people must wake up to reality.
Yeah.
We cannot allow this to continue.
No. No.
And in that advice, I'm going to tell the world to come out and confess to the world. Speak the truth about Aguri Accord.
Yes.
So that tomorrow, not that he will die tomorrow now. Some people will say, he's a statesman. They are leaving him. They are doing this. They'll start talking rubbish. But if he dies tomorrow, he's going to collect photo. Because we will say it the way it is. So
Yes. We have to.
it's a monster. We have said that guy is alive. The genocide is a monster. So if you come out now and say the truth about Aguri Accord, it is very, very important that you come out now and clear yourself. Because his queen is dead. And moreover, I heard that I think they are burying Nigeria. Because Nigeria is dead. After all, Buhari, or the impostor in After all, recognized that he was the queen that supported him during the war. He said
You see?
He said the queen played a vital role during the Nigeria-Biafra war.
You see?
So I think they are burying Nigeria now.
Mm-hmm.
So having said all this, this is just my opinion, and I have to say it as because we have to say as our opinion. Somebody killed you and you're only talking and they're complaining. You are not killing them back, you're only talking and they're complaining. What kind of thing is that? I will encourage Biafrans, we must continue what you are doing, we must continue to support ESN, we must defend the land of Biafra, which is one of the reasons I called us to give us the numbers for Biafrans in Europe and also Biafrans in America. We should know this is the time for action. and defend our land.
Yeah.
So for Biafrans in Europe, we have this number for you. These numbers are from IPOB national body, done by IPOB national coordinator of Italy, of course approved by HODQS. If you are a Biafran, you are in Europe, first of Biafran, you call and you'll be directed on the appropriate channel to support ESN. Your country of domicile does not really matter because this number you can find on WhatsApp and on Signal. Their job is to direct you to the appropriate channel so that nobody will say, I was not aware, I didn't know the right place to put my money. Because at this time that we are, it will be the most pity for somebody to give money in a wrong channel and say you're supporting ESN, because any money you give in a wrong channel is supporting criminality in the land of Biafra.
Yes.
And we are not going to allow it to continue. That is why we are doing these clarifications and bringing these messages to our people to understand. And the numbers are +39 35100 46055. This is IPOB national coordinator number in Italy. And the second is +39 371 30444902. This is IPOB national PRO number in Italy. Any of them you call Biafra in Europe, you'll be directed on the appropriate channel to support ESN. And then for Biafra in America, we also have the number for you to call and you'll be directed to the appropriate channel to support ESN. Dr. Tina is the name known as Dr. Money, and the number is +1 682 552 3333. I will repeat, +1 682 552 3333. Dr. Tina known as Dr. Money, you call and you be directed to the appropriate channel to support ESN. It is very, very important at this stage of our struggle. Now, citizen AY, I want to just say, you see this, I don't know where it's from, this arena of mockery. They should tell him IPOB is a freedom movement, not a political movement. We don't support this. Let him keep his mouth in his basket. Because we are going to tell him to be this. But all these people, somebody will just come out from nowhere and want to use IPOB to make Mujah is free. He's free. Mujah is to be, he's a small shit. People, they should talk to him. Mujah is like, we don't take nonsense. Our blood has been wasted. We will tell him he's free. I swear to God. He doesn't know anything. And we want his number. If you can help us, we want his number. We want his number. He ruled in Nigeria and he's living in London. Or where he's living, I don't know. We'll try and reach him to pick it. Thank you, man. That's why I'm blessing from him. We must continue. Thank you very much.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Call your name and where you're calling from. I'm calling from Abba Project.
Yes. Yes, my brother. Hello? Hello? Whoops. I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Hello? Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Yes, all of us here want to put our common sense to organize with Britain created to enslave us. But as the church goes to that's what they do Jaffa. There's an IPOB. After the name the Ghana, there's a Pregosia. Then the name the Ghana, the other guy can do that there for the Rega. We're there in the life of
yeah. Yeah. No, it's. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, it's yes. Mm. 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 Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. It's, it's, I mean, I mean, I mean, yes, sir, my brother. Thank you. All hail Biafra. Yes. Some of those you done, some of them you didn't. No, no. But I support everything that's been said. We have to look like I said it before. I said those for Caucasians who want to honor the Queen, that's perfectly fine. I wouldn't. I have nothing against that. I'm not even that should happen. In fact, it'd be strange if it didn't happen. But me knowing my history, knowing what was done to me, we shouldn't, for the coming generation, we need to share the message. That is why the programs that we're doing is very important. We need our people to be aware of the injustice perfected on us in our own land. And to redress it, we need to honor our ancestors. We need to connect with our ancestors. So I'm not going to hold any apology for not being part of this procession. I deliberately don't want to be part of it because it to honor that is like I'm putting a blessing on. I'm supporting my own oppression, my own people's oppression. Everybody that is suffering right now in Nigeria is because of this people. So we cannot do that. I can't say that.
Caller, your name and where you calling from? Thank you for taking my call. Welcome. Yeah, you're speaking to your brother who they were not this Avenger. I'm calling from Africa Shoot. Africa Shoot in South Africa. I greet my leader.
Good afternoon.
A prisoner of conscience.
Yes, so.
I greet all Biafrans. I greet all IPOB members. I greet you, our brother, our comrade.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother.
I greet you.
Thank you.
We keep praying for you.
Thank you.
Right.
Amen. 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 Thank you.
Because they know you're fighting for a cause.
Yes.
They will come with so many things to touch you, but with God, you will survive everything. You will be free.
Ashe. 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 Ashe.
Thank you for coming to help us to disseminate the information. Yeah, Citizen AY, there is something you talk here today. And I wanted, everybody is fighting us everywhere we go, even the Twitter.
Yes. Yes.
What he said about the Queen.
Mm.
And when I asked George Jesus, what I wanted to ask you is, Judas Iscariot
Mm.
and Queen Elizabeth,
Mm-hmm.
who did the right thing? I told you just Jesus, I told him that to me, if I am a judge,
Yes.
Queen Elizabeth did the worst.
Yeah.
Because Judas only saw Jesus Christ, and when he saw him, when he was telling Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
he didn't know the extent of the damage because, and when he thought that when he saw the Jesus Christ, that if people come to catch Jesus Christ will wave hand and all of them will fall down. And Jesus Christ has been performing wonder.
Yeah.
He didn't know that it is the work of God that God wanted him to manifest.
Indeed.
But now, this page never show any remorse
No.
about the killing of Biafra.
No, never.
Like last week I told you, that their president from 1964, which is Harold Wilson to 1970,
Yeah.
1964 to 1970, said that the target of 500,000 Biafran children will not make home to change his policy on Biafran.
Yep.
But let me tell you, Citizen AY, what
Yes.
I want you to help me this evening is, I want you to help me talk to Nigeria people, our youth.
Yes.
Because let me read to our youth what has been said about them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, the Fulanis have taught it in proverbs, they have taught it in vocabulary,
Yeah.
they have even come and taught it in pidgin English.
Yeah.
But our youth are not hearing. First,
No.
the Fulani man, which is Buhari, said that Nigeria youth are lazy. He
Yeah.
said it.
Yes.
Nigeria youth are
Lazy.
lazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's. Oh.
The former president before said everything the British clock last week. It's only last week it's waking up from the slumber.
Yeah.
Telling us in Nigeria it is just a means to computer expression. He said what the Fulani said. He said what Oduduwa said.
Yeah.
And he said also what the Biafra said, which means that there is nothing like in Nigeria.
No.
And now I want you to ask our youth, this thing, are they making us to believe that they are late or what? Because explain to them what is late. Because they think that lazy means if you can, they thought that they are strong because they can carry 20 bags of swing at their back up to the 10-story building.
Mm-hmm.
They thought that using work to drive Okada, it makes them to be strong.
Mm.
They talk that they're swimming and catching fish inside the deep and dying every time.
Yeah. It makes them strong. No.
Can you explain them? Explain to them that to be strong or to be wise is for you to be able to know when there is danger.
Exactly.
Able to articulate
Exactly.
what is going on.
Yeah.
This man called Obi, I can tell you this man called Obi wanted to be our worst enemy.
Yes.
He wants to be our worst enemy just like Queen Elizabeth. Because this man, after Queen Elizabeth has done all the things that he has done to us, this man is going around parading with the same daughter of this Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. It is.
Can you help me talk to this our youth? When are they going to wake up? When
Well,
are they going to wake up? Or are they going to wake up when we finish up after 8 years? Then he will come and talk like Jonathan.
yeah.
When they are eating, when they are enjoying the money, Jonathan is now wearing big cap going around as a UN envoy. It's only now he's remembering that Nigeria is.
Yeah, so.
When they finish us, when
Exactly. They, yeah, thank you. Thank you. After Africa, yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, my brother. You raise a very good point. One of the things we have to really understand with our youth is that they've been brainwashed. Though many of them have been brainwashed, they've been made to believe in that fraud. That the only way you can do something is to follow the lead of the crooks in power. So everything that they're doing, you see, if you see, they say monkey see, monkey do. I bet no vex. I beg, no vex. I don't mean I'm like that, but you know what I'm saying. What they see is what they are doing. And that is why programs that we're doing like this is very, very important. Because, you see, what we are doing is the knowledge that we've acquired. Many of us have been abroad 10, 20, 30, 40 years. And we've seen that what our government have done is to actually shut down the learning capacity of our youth. They've shut them down. They've literally just made them, not be able to think logically. It's because the economy, the way everything is back to front. Everything in Nigeria is back to front. And that means that the people who are in there, they tell them, work hard. And they work hard is like you said, go and fish harder, go and do Okada harder. No! Working hard is using your brain to actually solve your problem. It's not somebody, not going and begging, oh God help me find somebody who will feed me tomorrow. No, feed yourself by empowering yourself in your community to take control of your resources and improve your lives. And that is what we are beginning to do. So I want to call on the youths, those of you supporting OB, you need to wake up. It's a trick. They are fooling every single one of you. The man that will win that election is going to be Atiku. I am telling you now. Atiku will win that election because what they will do is INEC will make him the man that got the most votes. And there is nothing you can do about it. But if we break away, if we decide to if we start working for self-determination now, then there's nothing, they can't stop us. They can't stop us. Nigeria is a fraud. And when you vote in that election, that fraud, the constitution will be on you for the next 4-8 years. It is time to break it up. We did not sign up to that constitution. It is a fraud. Break it up. Let me let the caller call in. Thank you. Hello? Was the caller coming just now? Or hello?
No, he's done.
Okay. So now, so what I want to just say, especially to our Nigerian, you're not lazy, but we need to start applying our knowledge. And they thinking, what have you been taught? I mean, many of them have not gone to school for a year now. They're doing Okada riding. Some girls are having to go and do crazy things to survive. The government has deliberately, enslaved their minds. Not only their physically, but men, they've enslaved them.
Let's get this caller.
Yes.
Yeah, good morning, Dr. Yeah. Welcome. How are you? And thank you, Ma'am Citizen awhile. Thank you so much for a wonderful weekly program.
Thank you. Thank you.
I hope your people are listening.
Yes.
Thank you so much, my brother.
Thank you, my brother.
Coming to the area that you people discussed concerning to our artifacts we stole.
Yes.
These people are criminals, and the one that really annoys me a lot is that when you come to Iboland in particular, these Yorubas have managed to maintain their Shango, their traditional worship, and mix it up with the so-called foreign religion.
Yes.
But I'd like people to understand that. Do you know that Roman Catholic did not get any foothold in Iboland? You know that?
Wow.
Iboland, there is no Roman Catholic.
Yeah.
Just check it out. And then if you come to our own area, the Igbos, what pisses me off is that our people are the ones who are now destroying what is left over. The so-called all these mago preachers and prosperity preachers, they are the ones now going to destroy
Ah, no, they have to stop. Oh, I beg. I take Chukubi. I beg them. No, make them stop.
People are watching them do this.
Ah.
And they're not saying anything about it. Just to tell you how far stupid our people have become. And one thing I like to say is this. Just like God gave us our different religions, the same way He allowed us to develop our way of worshiping our Creator. Nobody has ever seen God. Okay? The world define God in His own way.
Yeah.
Even British people are pagans. They were pagans. Including the Romans, they were all pagans.
Yeah.
God they gave us was calling out from their paganism. Even
Yes.
the names that they gave.
Yes.
And our people are so blind to see all those things.
Yeah.
And today we see how people who are so called so educated, but now it's being propelled by love of money because they're using religion to do what? To make money.
Yes.
That's why it's very difficult for them to change. And if you look at it, their greatest benefactor is the government that are impoverishing people.
Yeah.
Anywhere religion tries, look
Yeah.
at people that are very poor. Poor people are the ones that go to church.
Yeah.
You know, initially, people's eyes are not open, but anybody who has emancipated himself knows that all this church, all these things are nonsense.
It's fraud. It's fraud. It's fraud.
And I would like to talk about, yes, I would like to talk about the phenomenon. You see, one thing we have to understand is this, and I'm glad you touched that. You touched it. You said in the end, you'll be very, very disappointed. You know, the users are following them.
Yeah.
But one thing I want us to know is this. Everything that is happening is divinely mandated to happen. God, you see, with Martin Namdekamo, it's a divine mission. And anybody who fails to see it that way will never understand or will be quarreling with the factor. To be honest with you, these are all designed by the Almighty God. Look at the death of Queen. Look at the coming out of Dr. Aya. These two events. Look, there's nobody or any intellectual who has been able to propel us other than people that are in IPOB movement. More than this doctor has propelled the death Biafra to the war. And to be able to lay bare the atrocity that was committed against the Igbos
Yeah.
during 1966. When I say Igbos, I include every other Biafra area.
Yes.
Because Igbos just become tourists by using Igbo as
Yes.
a general name to include every Ijaw people, every Narayan and everybody. So people shouldn't just misunderstand it as if Igbos are the only ones that suffer.
No.
Calabar people suffered,
Yeah.
Midwestern people suffered the massacre, Asaba massacre, and Calabar people suffered, a tremendous massacre from Nigerian army when they came dressed in Biafra uniform, burning villages and killing people.
Yeah.
Just to disguise as Biafrans and also are doing it. So every aspect of Biafra land suffered pogrom.
Yes.
So the people should just, the one I'm telling people is this: everything that is happening and the sequences by which this is happening, you know that this is divinely mandated. Now, not only we, Africans, even Caribbeans are now seeking independence.
Yes.
Okay, from Britain. Questioning this so-called Commonwealth, and so many things are being connected due to the conversation that are going on.
Yes.
I would like you to pay particular attention to Saturday program that comes up every 7 p.m. in Nigerian time by Jonathan and this wonderful lady, Mariam Hela. This is what we need because after we liberate ourselves politically, we must have to liberate ourselves from this foreign religion that people have misconstrued, changed, imported all kinds of nonsense ideas into it. Because when you start delving into something you do not know, you act out of ignorance. You will be doing anything because it's not our God-given religion.
It isn't.
I'm telling people I have gone back to the traditional way of life.
Yeah. Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, I don't care.
It's true.
Okay, I don't care anymore because you know what? Why is it that we have our language? Everybody has their language. The same way God gave us different ways of worship.
Yeah.
And the way our forefathers saw because all these things about religion came out of human curiosity. People wanted to know who are we, where did we come from, who created us.
Exactly.
How this God came. And I know it's not God, it's nothing but the supreme being
Exactly.
So they believe that there is a supreme being out there. That's how this idea of God, the white man gave it God. We gave it our own Kitabiama. The Yoruba people have it for God. So everybody has their own language.
Exactly.
Their own way they worship God. But
Yeah.
the white man came and destroyed us and continue to destroy us to
Yeah.
today. So my brother, until we go back, I am saying this seriously, until we Africans take what you good from the religion. I'm saying it because I consider the Bible a book of philosophy. That's what I get it. And you go and read different books of philosophy. That means that every good scientific book is translated in other languages. And the only thing they translated to us is Islam.
Exactly.
They don't want them to know anything about astrology, science,
no.
all this is, but if you go to other countries, other developed countries, see that they study in their languages.
Yeah.
All the science books are translated in their own language. But Africa, the only thing they give Africa, and the best way we get it is just their religion and the translated Bible and give us.
Yeah.
And to end my topic today, whoever told you that somebody who came to enslave you, refusing visa to come to his own country, and when you come, he might teach you, will ever give you something that is going to make you a better person. And then in the end, you go to heaven and live with him in heaven when he doesn't even want you to live in his own country.
No.
He discriminates against you.
Exactly.
He calls you animal. And you think the white man will make you go to heaven? Or
No way.
something they're going to make you go to heaven if there's heaven?
No way.
You will not believe in anything. During the coronation of Charles, did you see anything God there? Did you see the nation God? No.
It is.
One of all, the first rocket that they sent up in the moon.
Yeah.
Did they give it to the name God?
No.
It should be appropriate.
Yeah. It is.
They call it Apollo.
Yes.
They call it the Greeks. All right? Apollo 1, Apollo 2. They pursue things. When it comes to where they revere God, they don't revere God. They go the traditional way.
Yeah.
Look at the coronation of Charles. Did you see anything there? Did you see the prayer?
No.
They didn't even pray.
It's.
The ceremony that did with the burial of the queen. Did you see anything God there?
No way.
Did you see a priest come there?
No way.
Criminals, man. They keep destroying us and give us this fake nonsense they do. They don't believe in Christianity. They don't believe in what they preach.
No.
Did you see if the woman will go to pray without apologizing for everything she did?
Yeah.
They tell you everything about this.
Exactly.
And in the Bible, they told you everything about forgiveness and rest of this. When someone slaps you on the right,
Turn the other cheek. I beg, nothing. Not come my side though. If you come my side, you go wake up sharp. You not come my side because I know they turn the other cheek. Me, I know they turn the other cheek. Oh no.
they said that in the Bible. Yeah, they tell you that the word of God, nobody should tamper with it. But they have revisions from the Bible. St. John version.
Yes.
Is it not tampering?
Yeah.
Everything there shouldn't be tampered. But they've been changing the Bible.
Yes.
When somebody slaps you on this cheek, you turn the other cheek.
No. If they try that one with me, thunder. Now thunder they go here. If they try that one with me, now thunder they go here. I know they do. No, not for this side. I bet. No, I not fit. That thing they pay me. They pay me. Thank you. God bless you, my brother. You my brother. He don't talk and finish. I know waiting to add. He don't talk and finish. Everything we're supposed to say, he don't say up. I know if he argue because now so how we be say from my side here they show picture where they carry that to goat outside to say for coronation of their king. If not to say now for us now, you they do voodoo. Now voodoo they do. Now you don't turn. You can't go on then make. We honestly time don't knock. Make we wake up, my people. Time don't knock. Make all of us wake up. These people, they don't fool us long enough. Now our money then they take use, can't they oppress us inside our own land. Now when we go take wake up, all of them now when they talk about obi this, obi that, obedient, I beg, we know now use your brain. At the beg una, may una use una brain all that, then they bobo una. I promise all of una say, come June 13, 2023, if una vote, una eye go clear. Una go say, chai, they don't do them again. And they know what they do. Make you wake up, time don't knock. Make everybody go answer Papa name. Now Biafra we want, now Yoruba Nation we want, now Middle Belt we want. Make everybody go answer Papa name. We don't want. We don't do.
Yeah.
Yes, I share. They will. No, you did do. We welcome it. We welcome your discussion. I share. Oh, network. Mm-hmm. Yes, so he said they will. No. Yes, my brother.
You don't know this guy.
No.
I'll tell you who he is.
Yes.
This is one of the when you talk about Biafra.
Yes.
It is Biafra.
Yes.
Biafra is in his body.
It's in his DNA.
You know when Wike was killing people.
Yes.
In Iguacha.
Yes.
He stopped calling. We thought maybe he died. So he calls off and on. Then he lost his dad.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, he lost his father and he told me he won't be calling until he gets himself together. And I said,
wow.
We should, accept our condolence.
Yes, yes.
So he just called to remind us that he is still there. So that's why he said January.
Good.
He'll start calling.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, good message. No, that's it. Look, that and that my condolences to his family, and we all condole with him, and we hope time will ease things. So yeah. Thank you very much for the call. What I want to really emphasize above all for all of us is this. Look, whether you are watching this program, or whether you are at home, or whether you have people at home, you need to spread the message from iPod Rapture and Citizen AY. You need to make sure, if you haven't got people who are subscribing to iPod Rapture Media on YouTube, do so now. Likewise with Citizen AY, please subscribe to us as well. Subscribe to both platforms, because the message that we are putting across is to wake every one of us up. We need to be awake in the age of awareness that we're in now. We know what is going on. Even children now are becoming aware that Nigeria is a fraud, because they cannot eat 3 square meals a day. They don't go. Our kids are not going to school. The government is refusing to pay the lecturers, but they will pay themselves money for stealing, looting our oil. 700,000 barrels of oil a day goes missing in contraption a day, and this has been going on since 2015. So please, those of you who are here, if you are talking about I want to support Peter Obi, your One Nigeria is the one taking everything that belongs to you. It is time to break away from contraption One Nigeria. Obi is not the answer. Obi is not the answer. Self-determination is the answer. The only solution we have now is self-determination for Biafrans, self-determination for Yoruba land, self-determination for Middle Belt. We need to go our separate ways and build a nation where we, the people, we draw up our own constitution and we pass it into law collectively. This constitution is an imposition on you and I. None of our own, my ancestors never had a hand in writing this. Your ancestors never did. The only people that wrote this constitution were the Fulanis, and they imposed it on the rest of us. That is the plain fact. They paid some of our own Yoruba leaders, some of our own Igbo leaders, some of our own Middle Belt to join them. But those ones are sellout. That doesn't mean we, our people, voted for this. We didn't. This is a fraud. They have the opportunity to bring it down once and for all. Voting in any election would continue, means that you are agreeing for the fraud to continue to oppress you in your land. Here is the time. Now is the time to break it up. And the fraud is being put in place for the people who are supplying them with guns, the colonials. We need to wake up. My people, the time has come. We must wake up. We can't tire now. Get out into the into our communities. Tell everybody, defend yourself, protect your community, come together, defend your women, defend your farm, defend your farmers. This government is not paying. The government will pay Fulani terrorists money, hundreds and millions of naira. But our farmers in Biafra, our farmers in Yoruba land, our farmers in Middle Belt, they don't pay the penny for the crops that is destroyed. They're not paid a penny. In Europe, if the crop fails for a farmer, do you know that they get subsidy? If their crop fails, they will get the compensation. Everything they do. Why is it Nigeria is there to oppress us as indigenous people? It is time we woke up. Obi is not the answer. Tinubu is not the answer. And Atiku is the person to come and lock the key and throw it away if we let it happen. We need to break up contraption Nigeria. And we will never tire of saying this to you. And we are telling you, if you go and vote, the very next day, we will be waiting. Biafrans will be waiting. IPOP people will be waiting. Yoruba people will be waiting. We Yoruba agitators will be waiting to take you with open arms and say, join us in the struggle to break free from the contraption. Because that contraption is a fraud. It is designed to enslave us and impoverish us in our land. I told you that the man, the doctor, whatever they call him, from Netherlands, he said that they want to keep Africa underdeveloped, that will never have any infrastructure because they want to buy our resources dirt cheap. That is the reality of what we are faced. So don't think that all of this stuff are not connected. They are all connected, and they are giving guns. The people who are using the guns, please, I want to ask you a question. Can the Fulanis who are using guns to kill you, coming to kill us in our community, can they make those guns? Can they make those guns? They can't. So where are they getting it from? Where are these people getting the guns from? Is it not from the same colonial masters, colonials who are trying to ensure that we remain impoverished and they can take our resources? The time is now for us, for the coming generation. This is not for you and me. What we are doing now is not for you and me. It's for the coming generation, that they will have a better future in their own land, reach their true potential in their own land. Every doctor, every lawyer, every scientist, every school teacher, every farmer, everyone, you can reach your potential in your own land. In Biafra land, right there, you will reach your potential. In Yoruba land, you will reach your potential, and the government will provide infrastructure for you to reach your true potential, and they will back you. Your passport will mean something. Your passport now, your Nigerian passport now, as an Igbo man, to you is worthless. As a Yoruba man, it is worthless. As a Middle Beltan, it is worthless. It's only the Fulanis that benefit from Nigerian passport. Let me say that again. You, as a Biafran, as a Biafran or Igbo man, if you want, however you want to call it, that passport, that Nigerian passport, is worthless to you because they don't come out to support you. As a Yoruba man, that passport is worthless to you. They do not come out to. How many times have they killed Yorubas and Igbos and Middle Belts? Nothing happens. But if you touch one Fulani man anywhere in the world, you see how they come out. Oh, they come and protect them. That's a one Nigeria. That should tell you that we're not one. So if you are coming out to say you want to support one Nigeria, your passport alone signifies to you that you're worthless. It is a passport to show them, oh yes, treat them like slaves. That's what your passport means. Your passport is saying that they can treat you like a slave in your own land. We need to wake up and break this thing up once and for all. Now is not the time for playing games. To support, I understand your enthusiasm, and I understand why you so much believe that Obi is saying all the right things. That's what they do. They say the right things, but they never do the right thing. They say the right things, but they never do the right thing. Quote me. They say the right things. Yes, look, we will fix your road in 6 months. We will fix your schools. We will fix your bridges. We will. When they come in, they will start making excuses. The Minister for Petroleum, Buhari, under his watch, 700,000 barrels a day goes missing and is not sacked. He's not sacked, and you're telling me to believe in one Nigeria. How? Those OB, so, and how, what makes you think that if OB comes in and 700,000 barrels a day are going missing, do you think OB can sack anybody? The minute, let me tell you something, the minute OB comes in, I'm going to show you something. I want to show something whilst I'm on here now. Please, if those of you who are with me, if you know my platform, let me go to citizenay.org. I want to bring something up, and I will bring up the Constitution. I want to read a section within the Constitution for you to make you understand this is what he will read. And the minute he reads this, it is game over if you vote for him. Now let me go to the fraudulent 1999 Constitution. I want to show you something if I can find it. Oh, I can't find is it here? 1 second. There is a section that he reads, that he will read for you, that he will come up with. And in that section, he will talk about, I swear to protect the Constitution of Nigeria. The minute he does that, he cannot change anything. He cannot change anything. I want you to really understand this point. The minute he takes that oath and he says, I swear to protect the Constitution of Nigeria, the indivisibility, all of that nonsense, that is game over. You are back to square one. Then what? So what happens then? I want you to ask yourself this question. Everybody, those of you who supporting Obi, I want you to ask yourself that question. What happens the day after the election when they now swear him in and he swears, I swear on my allegiance to the Constitution, to protect the Constitution, the very thing that you need to bring down? That is the reality we are trying to make you wake up to and understand and confront, and don't allow these people to fool you. This is a trick. This is a fraud. This is daylight robbery. And we are trying to wake you up so that you do not fall for that trick, because it is pure fraud. It is pure fraud from top to bottom. I just wish I could find that thing now. I have pictures. Okay, let's go back here. Maybe I'll see it here. Okay, got it. Now, I want to show you something. It will come up in a minute. I'm hoping it will come up. I'm going to read it as I'm talking to you live now. Good. Here we go. Now, I want you to read here. There is a section here. So, it says here, there shall be Nigeria a constitution which shall be set out in schedule to this decree. The constitution, let me see. This decree may be cited as the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria Promulgation Decree 1999. And then there's one more thing. I saw it somewhere. When they are going to swear in the president, he will always say, I swear to by allegiance to Constitution of Nigeria and the Constitution, and I will do everything to protect the Constitution of Nigeria. That is what he will say on the day he wins, if he were by miracle, and that is by, this is a big if he wins. That's even if he wins, he has to swear by that Constitution. You see, and I'm telling you all, wake up and understand that will not change. Do you know that on the day that Obasanjo was sworn in after the 1999 Constitution? Can you hear me? Oh, somebody said no sound. Hold on. Let me just check. Somebody said they can't hear me. Are you sure you can't hear me? I'm sure you. Can you hear me? Can you all hear me? Yes, you can. Can you hear me? You can hear me. You can hear me now. Yes. Okay. So I'm just checking it out. So on the day of the elections, as soon as it says, I, Peter Obi, swear by the Nigerian Constitution, I will uphold the Constitution as written by 1999, and I will not change anything in it. That is what you need to really be aware of. And as soon as it says that, it is game over. It is game over. And they say the Constitution set out and scheduled to this decree shall come into force May 29th of May 1999, and we have to put a stop to that fraudulent Constitution. If he swears on oath with that same Constitution, whatever you are hoping for, good roads, water, light, schools, bridges, healthcare, safety, security, you will get nothing. Oh. You will get zero. They will be making excuses. And Peter Obi will start saying, my people, I really want to do this, but I can't change it. Then they will start saying to you to go to the assembly to make the changes. And they run the assembly. The Fulanis have rigged. They will. You look. You can never win anything with that. We need to break it up. Youths of today, please. I am talking to you. Wake up. Wake up. This is not a joke.
Citizen AY, we'll end it here. On
yes.
Monday, we will continue with this topic.
Yes, we will do.
It has not ended. This is the core of what is happening, and people
yes.
are not. They are not aware of what they are dealing with.
Yes.
And it is our job, and that is what we are doing.
It is.
When you come here, I give you a lot of time because they listen to me every day. So
yes. Yes, and I appreciate.
Yeah, there are things you bring in, and it will go through.
Yes.
If I bring it in, they are used to listening to me. So
yeah.
But for those of them that have not been listening, at least we are new to them.
Yeah.
And that will keep them out. But next week, we will actually descend on this constitution
yes.
and referendum.
Yes.
So that our people will go in depth.
Yes.
Of this constitution fraud. We will look at it in depth of the whole issue. Okay. So thank you for coming, and
okay.
Please take care of your health, and we
yeah.
see you on Monday.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I go, sorry about that. Sorry, I pressed the wrong thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, before I go, I want us to just remember on the 17th of October, there is a march in London. The Million Man March by IPOB and others. We will try and join and be part of it, and not try. We will be there. And also, watch out for the Yoruba Nation rally due to be announced with Olori Sunday Igboho. That will happen soon. We were in discussions, some sort of, a little bit, but we are working out something to do with that. But please, above all, what I'm showing you is the fraudulent constitution. It is not the constitution, it's a decree. And they are hiding it from you. And we need you to be aware. We need you to wake our people up. So before I go now, I'm going to go and get some rest now. I will try and share it. I might even share it again on Facebook or something. I don't know yet. Or other platforms. But if you're watching, please don't forget to go and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Here's what you need to do before I go. Let me see if I can get that up. Here we go. So just go ahead. Subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Just hit the, subscribe to us. Let me put it up again one more time. Let me see if it works. So please subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Hit the notification button. Give us a thumbs up. Notification button, very important. Help us grow the platform. For those of you who are already part of the discussion, who are subscribing, we are grateful. Please continue to share this broadcast. The message is very, very important. We want you all to please continue to get this message out there. Peter Obi is not the answer. Tinubu is not the answer. Atiku is not the answer. We are slaves in our own nation. We are slaves in our own nation and in contract with Nigeria, and we need to break it up. Yoruba nation now, Biafra nation now, Middle Belt nation now. I will put a stop now. I'll bring this to an end. Thank you for watching. Before I go, I'm going to sing the Yoruba nation anthem. I'm just going to sing that now. I'll be back soon. I'm hoping I'll be back, slowly. Pain allowing. To be honest with you, I've done what I've done this evening through pain. I am in a lot of pain, but I'm so committed to Yoruba Nation, and I hope. I really want us to read on this. I kid you not. I'm in a lot of pain. I'm not hiding it, but I'm trying to. The message is so important to get out there. We need our people to be aware that what is going on is unjust. We have the power to make the change. Self-determination is the only solution. Self-determination, and please help us. Don't forget, subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Hit the notification button. Give us a thumbs up. Let this message reach more and more people. Thank you very much. I'll be back and give you more details about. I'll be giving a lot of detail in terms of looking at the area of reparations. Put it that way. Watch out for the broadcast. Before I go, we're going to sing the Yoruba national anthem. Go something like this. Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wa, fún ilẹ̀ ìbí wa, kágbéga, kágbéga, kágbéga fáyé rí. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé bá ti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́. Ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká jọlá, ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ní ẹ jẹ́ ká máa lépa, tẹ̀síwájú fọ́pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára, ọmọ Oòduà dìde. Bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ, ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. So please, let's continue. Before I go, please do help us share the broadcast. Subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Hit the notification button. Give us a thumbs up. We appreciate your support. Thank you for watching. I'll be back later on. I'm signing off now. I'm hoping to be back and do some more. Please, you can play a role in this. Say no to Peter Obi. Say no to Ashiwaju. Say no to Atiku. The only solution is self-determination. Self-determination is our solution, because the Nigerian constitution, as I'm showing you, is a decree. It's a fraud. Break it up. Thank you, and bye for now. Bye for now.